Thank you. This is a serious song, and it's a song about the First World War, and it's about a group of lads called the Accrington Pals. In 1916, the generals found that they were running out of men to send before the cannon and have mown down, so they decided to adopt a new recruiting policy, and they got all the Lord Mayors of a lot of towns, particularly in the north of England, to get lads from the same villages and the same areas and the same streets, that had been to the same schools and worked in the same factories, to come together, and they formed the Pals battalions. And there was the Sheffield Pals, the Leeds Pals, the Barnsley Pals, Manchester, Salford. And Accrington was the smallest town in Britain to send a full battalion of 1,000 men to the army. And 750 of these lads came from an area right in the centre of the town of about 20, 30 streets. And they joined up and went away to war. And on the first day of the Battle of the Somme in 1916, the generals told them all it was going to be a pushover, and at the signal that morning they'd all walk over the top and there'd be this big push and they'd take over the German trenches. What the generals didn't know was that the Germans were in deep underground bunkers, and as soon as our lads started going over the top, the Germans came up and just wiped them down in wave after wave after wave. Of 100,000 men that went over the top that day, 22,000 were killed and 350,000 were wounded. And of the Accrington Pals, of those 750 lads, 285 were killed and 350 were wounded. And there wasn't a family in Accrington that had not lost a father, a son, or some relative. And the town was absolutely devastated, and it's said that it's never really got over it till this day. And this song just tells the simple story of what happened to 7 of the lads that were in the Accrington Pals that I knew had been in it from having gone to the library and researched the material for the song. And I do this in a spirit of anti-war, if you like, because I've travelled all over the world, and to me, the most stupid thing that can ever happen to anybody is war. And I have actually worked out what causes wars now. I've got a theory of history that's going to go down in the textbooks. Wars are caused by politicians. If there were no politicians, there'd be no wars. So I'm forming my own political party called the STP Party. Stuff the politicians. And in that spirit, I'd like to dedicate this song to the town of Accrington and the Accrington Pals. I do it also because I've never ceased to be amazed at the way in which old generals will send young men happily off to die in battle. Here it is, the Accrington Pals. Smoky town where they were born, down in the valley, smoky little streets. They were pals from childhood days, climbing trees and running through the fields. And they all played together through the turning of the years, sharing their laughter, sharing all their fears. The seasons saw them growing, and the seasons passing turned them round. Through the changing, changing, changing years, Accrington Pals. School days end, the lads all went to work, some spinning, some weaving in the sheds, on the land or down the pit, working hard to earn their daily bread. And they all went walking up Old Pendle Hill. On Sundays the lark sang high above the dales. Little Willie Riley played his mandolin and sang. They were laughing, they were smiling then, the Accrington Pals. 1916 came the call, we need more lads to battle with the Hun. Lads of Lancashire, heed the call, with God on our side the battle will soon be won. So they all came marching to the beating of the drums. Down from the fields and factories they'd come, smiling at the girls who came to see them on their way. They were marching, marching, marching away. The Accrington Pals. Blue sky shining on that perfect day. Larks were singing high above the sun. Brothers, fathers and fathers lay, watching that sweet bird sing in the quiet of the dawn. And they all went walking out towards the howling guns, talking and laughing, calmly walking on, believing in the lies that left them dying in the mud. And they're lying, lying, lying still. The Accrington Pals. Smoky town that heard the news, down in the valley, smoky little streets, houses quiet and curtains drawn, all round the town a silent shroud of grief. And the larks were singing still above old Pendle Hill. The wind was in the bracken and the sun was shining still. The larks were singing sweetly as the evening fell upon the sun. And Edward Parkinson, Bobby Henderson, Billy Clegg, Johnny Malloy, Norman Jones, Albert Berry, Willie Riley. The Accrington Pals. Thank you. Thank you.